Are we on? Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to do a little podcast vibe. We're going to talk and we're just going to catch up. I hope you guys been doing okay. I hope you're good. I hope you've been healthy. I hope you just been living your best life and you're thriving and you're with your family, which is why I literally want to talk about. Like, I have so many topics I want to talk about, and I feel like this is perfect because I could just do a voiceover and do my makeup or whatever. So yeah, I have a lot of different topics I want to talk to you guys about, and but most importantly, I feel like this is just a place to be comfortable, and I'm such a comfortable person. I love being comfortable. I love being in safe places. That's why I don't really go out no more, like back then, I was 17, 16, going to parties, going to the club, going to fucking kickbacks, going to more clubs. It's like that one meme where it's like where Lady Gaga's like club, next club, club after that party, go there, smoking, doing drinking, doing drugs, doing like all that shit you do, when you're young and shit. But yeah, like I feel like now I already did that, I feel better. I'm in a different place in my life. I'm more, I love being home. I'm such a homebody. I literally I'm like an old lady stuck in like a 24-year-old body. Like I really feel like I'm like 90 years old, on the inside. But I feel like that's just part of growth, and just being yourself, and seeing what's right and what's not right for you, and different things like that. But yeah, a lot of people have told me too, like, oh my god, you need to talk about certain topics, especially with the trans community, being a transsexual woman or whatever, transgendered woman. I have so much to talk about, and I feel like I just want to teach people and I want to help people. I don't care, if, you know, you hate me or whatever, but I just want to help you and I want to give you advice. And especially because a lot of girls message me, they DM me, and they're like, oh my god, how's your transition going? Like, are you on hormones? Are you not on hormones? Have you had your surgeries? Have you not had surgeries? Have you fucking had your pussy done? Or have you not had, do you still have your, your original, your dick? And I'm just like, oh my god, I need to talk about everything with you guys. And I feel like this is perfect, because it's like a one-on-one. But it's kind of not, because you're comfortable in your house and then I'm over here in my house, and it's just so chill, and I love that. But yeah, I just want to help the trans community and explain a lot of different topics for people that are not trans, that are understanding us more, and they're starting to see us more, and they're starting to be they're starting to respect us more, I feel like back then they never respected us. I remember I started my transition. Well, I always knew, I just would hide it. I always hid it. I always knew I was really feminine, and I loved wearing dresses. Even though I didn't wear them, or heels or makeup or wigs and shit. When I was small, or girl toys or whatever, I loved all that. I loved it, but I kept it all a secret in my head, and then especially growing up, with brothers and your dad and your mom, and where we're from, it's like, damn, like, we're especially Mexican parents, or, you know, it's so like, fuck, like, it's so like, it's hard. It's really hard. But I feel like that's with every race, you know, like any race, it's like, it's gonna happen, you know, is because it's different. It's really different, especially when nobody has been like that, or nobody in your family is like that. So that's kind of how like I was growing up. Like I never felt, well, yeah, like I always felt like a girl. I always felt like, oh my god, I want her hair, like I love her makeup, I love the way she walks, I love how she talks. And I, especially like my mom, like she's the true star. Like she's the real baddie. Like if you think I'm a baddie, no, like my mom is the real superstar. And growing up, I would always look at her. I'm like, oh my god, like I love my mom. I want to be like my mom. I want to dress like my mom. Like she's amazing, you know. And but I just never said nothing. I just was like a little kid, you know. I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you start getting older, and then that's when you start getting like fucking like so depressed, or like suicidal, or like, cuz you're just like, I remember like and I totally remember this. I remember one time, I think I was like probably like 5 years old, or like 6 years old, and I remember like I went to the bathroom and I was sitting down, and I was like, why am I sitting down taking a piss? You know, like I'm like a boy. I'm not supposed to be sitting down, but I just felt like, what the fuck, like, bitch. Like, that's just me, you know? But I remember I was sitting down and I was just thinking and thinking and thinking, and I would just be like, when I'm older, I'm gonna like become a girl, and I'm gonna wear makeup, and I'm gonna move so far away from my family, and nobody's gonna know me, and I'm just gonna live this life where like nobody knows me, and but at least I'm happy, you know, like I am dressing like how I want to, expressing myself how I want to, you know. And that's like 5 years old. Like that's so small. Like for, especially to start thinking those things like so big, you know, like knowing what you want and stuff at that age. But yeah, like I said, I never said nothing. I just always, I was in the like closet. That's where that comes from, that like saying, you know, they're like, oh, when are you gonna come out, or like, when are you gonna come out the closet, or like stuff like that. So yeah, like I was just always like I never said nothing to my parents, I never said nothing to my brothers, or like people at school, and like, and people knew, like people at school would always be like, oh my god, like you're such a girl, or like, why do you walk like a girl, why do you talk like a girl, why do you act like. And I remember they, you know, when they, the teacher calls out your name and everything, and I'm just like, I would always hate that, because I don't know if a lot of you guys don't know, but my middle name is Angel. So when they would call my name, they would just be like, oh, they would say your first, middle, and then last name all together. And people would always be like, especially I was so like, I was so feminine, you know, like even though I tried it my hardest to like hide it, it still would come out. And yeah, they'll be like, oh my god, Angel's a girl name, oh my god, you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a girl. And then they would call me by that name, and I, ever since that, I fucking hated that name, and I hated that name Angel, right? So, and then I would always just be like, oh no, my name's Miguel, ain't, you know, Martinez, like I don't go by Angel, like don't call me that, because I felt like it was a girl name. But whatever, like kids are crazy, like they're already like, you know, nitpicking you when you're just like a little person, like little kid trying to figure it out. But whatever. That's like the earliest memories. I feel like I was going through that and like, oh shit, like what the fuck. So whatever. That happened, and then growing up, and then that was like elementary school. Oh yeah, and then I remember I bought like a lanyard or whatever for like your keys, and I got the Angels one, and I still have it like as a memory because I'm like, okay, they're gonna be like, it's because she like or he likes the team Angels. So I was like, oh my god, I was so dumb. But it was so like, it's kind of sad, but it's so funny now. Growing up now, that looking at it, I'm like, oh, like I've always been me. Like I've always been authentic, and I've always been like, I just feel like it's an energy thing. Like people smell you, people like feel you. When you walk in a room, people sense you, even if you're just quiet and you're not even wanting attention, or like, you're I feel like I was like that, like an introvert, but like I just always stood out because of who I was, or like my soul was, like, that's just what it is, bro. Like I'm motherfucking, I don't know, like that shit's weird though, but yeah, like that's like the earliest memories of like, you know, dealing with that. So and still till that after elementary school comes middle school and high school and all that shit. I still never said nothing. Like I still went to middle school as a boy, and like I lived my life as a boy. I never told my parents like, oh, I'm gay, or like I like guys, or oh, I like girl. I mean, I want to look like a girl, or like I want to live my life as a girl, Cuz back then it wasn't even like a thing. Like it just wasn't a thing. So I always thought like, well, I just want to wear makeup and like have long hair and have my nails done and like dress like a girl, but there wasn't like a name for that. I felt like back then it was just like a drag queen, or like drag, you're doing drag, or like, cross dressing or whatever. But I never felt like a drag queen. Like I related, I thought that's what it was, like, oh, we're guys wearing makeup and like we look like women, and shit. But for some reason, I just would get so depressed when I took everything off. Like when I took the wig off, when I took the makeup off, when I took the nails off, when I took like my fucking padded bra off, when I took it all off, I just was so like numb, like so depressed. I did not want to fucking eat. I didn't want to do shit, So that's why I kind of knew like, no, there's something way like deeper, because I feel like people like drag queens, they love their boy life, and when they take it off, they're like, girl, I fucking finally, I finally took that shit off. Like wearing hair, makeup, nails, heels, a costume, everything. Like they love taking it off. At the end of the day, that's just their job, and but no, that's what separates us trans people. Like we don't want to take it off. We genuinely feel like that inside. Like I like it's just me. Like I don't know how to explain it. As much as I try to hide it or whatever, like it's just me. So that's when I kind of knew like, oh my god, like no, like I don't want to take off my makeup. Like I don't want to, like, like I want to be a girl, or so whatever. So that was like, where was I? Oh my god, you see, I'm like, I have ADHD and like my thoughts go everywhere, but I'm trying my hardest to like stay on topic, okay? Just go with me. Just go with me. Just go with me. So, yeah, like I never said nothing. I never told nobody. I was still in the closet, whatever, dressing like a guy, boy, whatever. And I remember I started watching YouTube videos in like middle school, and I fucking fell in love with like Nicki Minaj, all of them, especially like Nicki Minaj, and like people like her, like celebrities, and like people that were on Instagram and like YouTube, and like there is a whole community, like people explaining like, oh, this is, I'm a transsexual, or like I'm a transgender woman or a transgendered man, or like, and then there's surgeries, and then there's hormones, and then there's like this whole other world that like my mind just blew, like I was like, what the fuck, like this is me, like I know this is what I feel inside, and my spirit, you know feels like, and it's just, this is it. So I remember in middle school I was still like, hanging out with guys, and like I was okay. Besides all that shit, take the trans off of me, take whatever you want to call me, like a gay person or whatever, like strip that all off of me. I'm still a motherfucking vibe, and I don't give a fuck. Like people always respected me, like, because I feel like before being trans, or before being gay or lesbian or bisexual, whatever, we're still like people that have personalities, and we have our own little thing, like we're like magnets. We're definitely magnets, and as much as you want to hide it, and it's just like people are attracted to us, and they, like I told you, like they could smell us, and people are like, and I always knew I fucking hated everybody. I hated everybody because they were just, I knew as soon as I talked to like a guy friend or a girlfriend or a teacher, like a principal or the fucking nurse or whatever, they're like, hey, can I ask you something? And I'm like, no. In my head, I'm like, oh my God. In my head, I'm like, this fucking bitch is about to ask me, like, why are you like that? Or like, why do you talk like that? Or like, why do you walk like that? Oh, are you gay? Or do you want to be a girl? Or do you want a pussy? Do you want boobs? Like, and in my head, I would be like, you fucking bitch. Like, but I knew it was gonna come, so I would always get prepared, like, and they would be like, oh, so are you this, or are you that, or like someone told me this, or this or that, and I would just be like, no, no, no. I would still be like, no, I'm not, like, or I would just look at them and mad dog them, like, bitch, who are you talking to, ho? Like, bitch, I'll mollywop your ass, ho. Like, bitch, I'll drag you, like, real shit. And guys, I would always fight with guys, like, in middle school. I remember I would always fight with guys, especially guys, and they would, like, try to punk me or, like, bully me and shit, and it's because I knew it was because of that, I'm like, fuck, like, I'm trying hard to, like, have this image of, like, a regular guy, like, just don't talk, walk like this, talk like this, very, it's really sad, actually, now explaining it, because it's like, damn, like, you should express yourself, you should, like, wanna, like, like, feel like you're on top of the world, like, but it's the journey, because now I'm that, and I've always been that, but now I'm that, and that's my power. That's my power, and that is your power. If you're listening and you're trans, or you're gay, or you're bisexual, or you're lesbian, or whatever, you're part of the community, or you're just like an ally, you support us, and you fuck with us, and you rock with us, and I just feel like you're a fucking star. You're born. And I always tell my mom this. I'm like, I just feel like I was born a star, Like, I just feel it. I just know I was born. Because for the longest, my mom and my family especially, like, and it's so understandable, they're like, oh, she's probably doing that because of problems at home, or like, she's so confused, like she doesn't know what's happening, or like stuff like that, like, especially back then, no, it wasn't even a thing how it is now. Like, nobody would talk about it, like, excuse me, and if we did see it, it was like a guy, you know, like it was, excuse me, I'm like over here, I just ate, so I'm over here like dying. But back then it wasn't even a thing. Like, and if we did see like a transsexual or a trans, it was like they looked like men that were just like that, dressed up like women, but they didn't look like women, you know. They would get beat up, they would get killed, robbed, like made fun of, they would get jumped, like, you know. That's what it was back then, like 2014, 2012, 13, 10, 2009. Like, that shit was wild, you know. So yeah, like I feel like all of us go through that, like where our family's like, oh no, they're not, they're just confused, or they're too young, or they just want to like fucking be extra, or like, you know, like. But it's like, no, like it's just like, you know, that's just how we're born. And when you feel like you're the only one born like that, you're not. There's so many people in this world that are born like this, you know, that are born trans, gay, lesbian, bisexual, with disabilities, with skin conditions, with anything you could think of, cancer. People are born, there's people that are just born with that, and that's just what it was, you know. God, that's what God chose, and that's what God wanted, and God knew what he was doing when he made you, you know. So never feel like you're alone, or you feel like you're a fucking alien, or you feel like you're nothing, because you're a fucking superstar. You're like a star, like. And that's just what it is. It's, you just need to embrace it. And with time, people start getting more comfortable, you know, especially with your transition, you know, your name change, your hormones, and your body starts changing, everything, like, you know, with time, it's everything. So yeah, like, take your time. And if you're like a baby trans, just take your time. You don't need to rush nothing. Like, take your time. Is I know it's really hard, especially with Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and you see all these beautiful girls, you know, even real biological women, you know, getting snatched, and you know, they look sickening, and I love it. If you like it, I love it, you know. But it is, you know, especially being trans, you're like, oh my god, this girl, she just got her boobs, and then she got her face, and then she got her pussy, or she got this or that or that or whatever. You start being like, fuck, like, I need my transition, like ASAP, you know, like, you kind of have a list, like, okay, I need my boobs, I need my body, I need my face, and then I need this, and then that, and then this, and then that, and it just never stops. So I feel like, just take your time with your transition, and, you know, do your hormones, take your hormones, and as long as you want. If you feel like a year on hormones is gonna, you know, mentally save you, and it worked, you know, the medicine, you feel like your brain and your body you feel amazing, your body looks great, you know, then that's what it is, you know. Do a year, do 2 years, do 3 years, do 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want to have surgery, go for it. But take your time, and do not rush yourself because you see the next person, like, oh, she just got that done, you know, I need to get that done. And like, she looks like a woman, and I fucking look like a brick, and I look horrible, and like, what the fuck? You know, you start having those intrusive thoughts, which is like so normal. And like, I remember when I would go to therapy, my therapist was always like, so what are you? How do you feel? How would you describe yourself? Like, and I would just let her know all my intrusive thoughts, you know. I was like, okay, well, this is a deal. I'm like so, like, I literally want to die. And, but it's like, no, like, why am I feeling like that? I'm so young, I still have so much to live. I'm 15 at this point. I'm 14, 15, and therapy for, trying to like take the gay away or the trans away or whatever. And I remember I would just talk to her and talk to her and talk to her and talk to her and talk to her. And literally, she fell in love with me. My therapist was like, "Oh my God, you're so..." Literally, by like the by the end of my sessions, she would be like, "Oh my God, let me see your Instagram. Like, your makeup is so good." And like, I'll just be like, "Thank you." And then she would like talk to my mom, and then like we would all be fighting in there and like having a fucking discussion, like, no, like, but I now that I'm older, I totally see where my mom's coming from, like she's just like a normal person trying to see what's up, with her kid. And like, especially when you're the only one born like that, like your brothers are totally normal, or like your cousins or your family in general, like everyone's normal. And like, when you're like the fucking black sheep, it's like, oh shit, like people start getting shook just by your presence. Like, so I totally agree with my mom, and that, that's what she felt like doing at the time. We didn't have the best relationship, we never would talk and stuff, but I'm so grateful for her, and I'm so grateful like how I was raised. And you know how she raised me. She raised me to be like, she raised me to have thick skin, but to also be authentic, and just, take your time with your transition, especially now. Like, she tells me like, girl, you do not need your body done. You look fucking perfect. She's like, if I had your body, I would literally be naked. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, Mom, like, thank you so much. And she's like, no, sí, no te operes, ya estás perfecta, no mames. I'm just like, oh my God. And that's for your mom to tell you that, is like, she's like being real, because there's a lot of people, especially like in LA, or your friends or people around you, they're just like, yes, man. They're like, yeah, girl, get it. Oh my God, go to this doctor, do this, do this, do this, do that. But no one's gonna tell you the reality. Like, no one's gonna tell you like your mom or your dad, or your, like, what they see. And it's crazy because I barely saw when Kylie was like, I wish I never got surgery, like, because I look at my daughter now and she's perfect. Like, she doesn't need nothing. Like, she's so beautiful, and I wouldn't want her to get surgery because she's beautiful, like, and it's what's on the inside. And she's like, I could take that back, like I would, and and I feel like I would look so good, if I never got work done and shit. And sometimes you need those people to like, kind of like reality check. Hello, like, you're fucking beautiful. Like, hello, wake up. Like, you're literally an icon. Like, you're a superstar. Like, and that's with no surgery. Imagine when, I decide to like ever, go through with something, and, down the line, because I've always wanted boobs. I've always wanted my boobs done, especially like in high school. I would always fucking stuff my bra, and like I hated it. And like, I remember I went to Knott's one time with my friend, and like I was so embarrassed because my fucking tit flew off. Literally, my tit flew off, and it was on the roller coaster on the floor, and I was so embarrassed, and like that just killed my whole day. And like, I was just like, wow, this is the most horrible thing. And then I remember she was like, my friend, she was like, perfect to me. Like, I'm like, dude, she's so beautiful. Like, she's a woman, you know, she's a biological woman. Like, and it's like, fuck, you know, you feel like a fucking weirdo, or you just feel like, oh, I don't want to embarrass her, you know, because I love her too much. You know, I don't want people to see her with me, or like whatever. So yes, I've always wanted my a breast augmentation, and I don't know, you know, like maybe in the future, I don't know, but right now I love my body. Like, I feel so sexy. I look beautiful. I love my boobs I got from hormones, you know, like I feel like I look good. So I just want to tell you, if you're watching as a trans girl, or you're a baby trans, or you're like thinking about these things, like, you know, take your time and figure out who you are as a person. You know, figure out what you are on the inside, not what you see, like your image, you know, like. And I get it, like it's hard to think like that, but no, like you have to be confident in who you are on the inside, and that will reflect on the outside. And it sounds so like dumb, you know, like cheesy, but it's so true. Like, and I honestly, like, only the real bitches will understand and like feel that, you know, like. But girl, I live for the surge, like the surge girls, the ones that are snatched, and oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, I love it. But I love my real body too, so I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, but I'm good. Like right now I'm just chilling. I have had no surgery, bitch, and I look good. My body looks great. Yes, this ass is homegrown. Titties are on point. You know, itty bitty titty committee. Bitch, stop playing with me. Like, I look good, you know? And that's just on hormones. I did 3 years on hormones. I did 3 years because at first I'm sorry if I'm like all over the place, but this is just how I'm going with it. But I started on pills, blockers, and estrogen blockers. I had a homegirl, a trans girl. I remember she got on hormones and I was not on hormones, and she would pull up. She was like my plug. She'll be like, "Hey girl, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna give you some hormones." And I'm like, "Yes, girl, thank you so much." And I love her so much to this day. Like, thank you so much. You're an icon for that. You're a real one, and you know who you are. I don't really have to say your name, you know. But thank you. And yeah, like I was on hormones, but I didn't see shit because I wasn't on hormones every day, you know. Like, I was just taking a few pills and shit, and I thought that was like, I look cunt. Like, I was like, bitch, I look bomb. Like, I have hips, I have titties, like I look more feminine, you know. But girl, um yeah, so I started with pills, and then I did 2 years. Yeah, like 2 years on pills, on hormones, the pills. And then I saw a difference. But I feel like it was lagging it though. Like, I'm like, I wanted to see more boobs, more hips, you know, like more. So that's when I changed to injections. So the third year I was on injections every week. Every week I had a shot on my leg. And oh my god, those injections, like, I literally, girl, I saw the difference right away. Like, my body, I gained a lot of weight. Like, my boobs got so big, like my hips, you know, everything. Like, I got so much more emotional, like sensitive, and like everything. Like, I was so shy. Like, I was even shy to eat in front of people. Like, I was just crying all the time. I was hungry, angry. And yeah, I was like, so yeah, that's when I was doing injections. And that's when I was like, you know what, like, I feel like I'm happy with what I look like and how I feel mentally and like spiritually. And that's what my doctor said. If she's like, if you feel like that, if you feel like you're done and you feel great and you got your hormone therapy, you feel like you're done, you feel amazing, then there, it's just a personal decision. Like if you want to do your whole life on hormones or 10 years or 5 years, or it just depends on you when you feel healed. There you go, when you feel healed. So when I switched to injections, I felt healed, like I would look at myself and I'm like, all right, like I feel great, but I'm gaining so much weight and like I'm just not myself no more, like what the fuck? Like how can I be that person I was that wasn't crying? I would never cry. Like I'm a cold ass bitch. Like you could talk shit to me, you could tell me whatever, I did not give a fuck. I was like, bitch, I'm really that girl. Like, bitch, you can't talk to me. Like, I'm a Virgo, bitch. You cannot talk to me. And everybody would try to, like, everyone would try to fuck with me, like in high school, middle school, my whole life. At malls, at parties, clubs, like everybody would always try me. But I'm like, bitch, I'm with it. I'm with all that shit. Like if it's up, then it's motherfucking stuck, like it's lit. Like once it's lit. So yeah, like I was just like healed at the 3rd year, and I felt like all right, I'm done. Like I'm done. Let me stop, And I talked to my doctor, and she was like, yeah, girl, you look amazing. You did your therapy, you did your years. If you feel like you're done, you're done. You look great. And then, and she started talking to me about like, surgeries, like boobs and all that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I did a consultation. That's what's so wild. Like, and I feel like this is why it goes back to the surgery talk. Like, don't rush your transition, because she was like, okay, like you could, have your boobs done next. And like, because I told her, I was like, I want my boobs done, like for sure. And she's like, okay, for sure, let's do it. And I had my consultation, I had my therapy session, I got everything, my surgery letter, everything, like to get the surgery. And I remember I went to my last final consultation to like do it, and I got there 30 minutes late, and because I couldn't find parking, especially Hollywood, like there's no parking, and I get so much anxiety driving in Hollywood. It's just like you cannot find no parking. So yeah, like I remember I was zooming on that freeway. I was like, no, I have to make it. And then I picked up my mom from work, and we were on our way, and she did not know. I just told her like I have a doctor's appointment, and she didn't even know I was gonna get my boobs done already. And she just went with me, and we got there 30 minutes late. And I remember I walked in, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I got here late, And the girl at the front desk was like, okay, let me go see if she could take you still, like you're late. And she went in, and she came back. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like you're just too late. You can't. No. And I remember I was like, oh my God. Like I remember I got pissed, and I just walked out. I left my mom in there. I was like, I fucking walked out. I was like, well, what the fuck? Like I just paid parking right now. Like for what? Like, and then I can't even talk to her, like nothing after, because she had more patients in there. And then she was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, no, I just can't do it. Like, come next time, or make another doctor appointment, whatever. And yeah, like I left my mom in there. I went in the car, and I was just like crying. And then I remember on the way back going home, I got on the wrong freeway. Girl, I was driving a fucking San Bernardino, and I was like, girl, where the fuck am I going? Because I was just crying. Driving, and I was like, I'm never gonna be a woman. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was just so fucking sad. But now I know. That's why I say God's timing is the perfect timing. You can't rush God's time, you know? And now looking back, I'm like, wow, that was God. Because imagine I did get my boobs done. I didn't even have like, yeah, I had I have boobs, but like I don't have like a lot of meat to like what if I got botched, you know? Because I was still fresh, like, and I know I would have, because your first breast augmentations, you either they're too fucking separate, like you have a huge ass gap, or one's fucking capsulated and the other one's over here, and then the other one's behind your neck, and then the one's over here down your knee, and like it's just horrible because you don't have enough fat to like hormone growth, you know. But I feel like I'm a 34B, so I'm still little, but I still have boobs, you know. But I was yeah, like I didn't have a lot to work with, so I just know that wasn't my time, you know. And my mom kept telling me like, it's not your time, it's not your time, like just, you know, just wait it out, keep just, you look, I don't know, man, you look good to me, like your body is perfect, like I wish I had your body. And I'm so grateful for my mom. That's why like we're best friends now. Like I don't have friends, you know. I'm an introvert now. Like I'm a homebody, and like I love being alone. I thrive being alone. Like that's my safe place. I love it. I love being alone. And my best friend is my mom. So it's like, when will she ever like hate on me, or like, you know, tell me like, oh bitch, you look ugly, or like, you know? No, like she's my mom, and she's gonna tell me the real shit, because she's just my mom, you know. So I know that when she would talk to me about the like when we would have these talks, you know, that shit would hit me, and like, and I would be like, yeah, you're right, mom, like let me just chill, you know, like let me just go with the flow. And to this day, you know, I feel great, I look great, you know. I don't have surgery, and which is kind of weird for like a trans girl, because that's like the first thing you want to do after hormones, you know, get your body, your everything done, you know. And yeah, like I love my body, like I love it, I'm so confident, like I feel free, like I feel like I could run fast, like I just feel great, you know. And I feel sexy. I feel like I have so much sex appeal without surgery, you know. And yeah, like I'm just like, all right, like I'm with this shit, like I love it, you know. So yeah, like, and you know, and the more you grow up, the less you start like caring, like the less you start being like, oh my god, like I need hips, or like I need boobs, or I need FFS, or I need my pussy done. And it's like, bitch, now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't want none of that. I'm straight, you know. I don't want a pussy, I don't want that, I don't want to have my face done, my nose broken, my and that's amazing if that's what you needed to do, you know. Like if that's what you needed to do, that's amazing. Like I said, if you like it, I love it for you, you know. And I appreciate all different types of beauty, and beauty's subjective, you know. Like it's just like I see beauty in everything and everyone, you know. Even like I see beauty in like imperfections, you know. Like that's why I'm just like, take your time with your transition or whatever you're doing, you know, because that shit could get ugly real quick, real fucking quick. That shit could get fucking ugly real quick. Like next thing you know, you got one fucking butt cheek on your hanging, and then next thing you know, you got your pussy, but you're fucking so suicidal because that shit's connected to your brain, and it's like your brain's trying to like see what's up, like, you know, like. But that shit's crazy. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like, do you? Whatever works for you, that's what works for you, and that's amazing, you know. But yeah, and a lot of people ask me that. I always get this message like, oh my god, do you have a dick, or do you have a pussy, do you have your boobs, or do you have your butt, or do you have implants, or do you have your face and all that shit. And I'm like, well, I don't reply because I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have, like, I don't want to explain my whole life to you, you know. But no, like, I don't want, I feel so comfortable with my body. I love having, you know, um how would you say, like a dick with like a girl body. Like, I feel powerful, I feel unique, I feel sexy, I just feel like an icon, to be honest. Like, I just feel different, you know, and different is good. So I don't know, I love it. But yes, like, just take your time. Take your time, and God's timing is the best timing. If you feel like you're not where you want to be, and that's with anything, with your work, your job, your work, you know, your career, your school, or your whatever, like family shit. Like, when you feel like you're not where you want to be, no, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's the journey, to be honest. Like, it's the journey, and I just want to help people get that. Like, it's the journey, like, especially baby trans girls that are barely growing up and like having these thoughts, you know. I wish I had someone like me to tell me, like, you're fucking beautiful. All that matters is like your confidence. If you have confidence and you feel like I'm that bitch, then you're with it. You could be where Kim Kardashian's at, Nicki Minaj is at, with the legends, because you just feel like that spiritually. Your spirit is that. You know what I mean? Just be super confident, you know. uh Always walk in with your head held up high. Don't take no shit. If bitches want to play with you, pull up. Like I said, you bitches want to play, pull up. Let's go. Like, for real, like, don't let nobody bully you. And that's for anybody. If you're not gay or trans, if you're just a regular person, don't let nobody bully you. You're fucking amazing. You're beautiful. You matter as much as the biggest icons, you know. You matter. You matter. Everyone matters. We're just humans, beings living we're just spiritual beings living a human experience. And it's so true. Like, the only thing that matters is your family, the little things in life, you know. Taking the time out of your day to like take a shower, water your plants, you know, go to work, get your money, pay your rent, you know, the little things that, you know, talking to your mom, your brothers, your dad, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, you know, doing little things, complimenting someone, telling someone random, like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, like, commenting on someone's picture, like, you're so iconic, you know. Like, it's the little things that matter to me now. And I feel like that's what I just want to teach you guys and help you guys. And I just want to be that healer, because I want to heal people. I feel like that's what I was put on earth to do, you know, to heal people and to teach people and to help people. And, you know, I always say, like, you know, if I could influence you, if I could influence something, it's going to be something that's real, you know, not materialistic. I don't want to be known as that girl like that just influenced the fucking plastic surgery, money, cars, designer, stupid shit, you know. Like, yeah, those things are amazing and we would all love them, you know. And like, you know, I would even would want them, but it's like, that shit don't matter, you know. Like, that shit does not matter. If anything, like, you know, like, cook me a home cooked meal and I'm so happy, you know. Like, I don't give a fuck about no Chanel bag, bitch. Like, I'm really just happy that I'm here, you know. I'm grateful that I'm here and my family is here. And they accept me for who I am now, you know. Things are amazing. Things really do take a turn, you know. Like, I never thought, you know, that I would have a relationship with my dad or my brothers or my mom like how I do now, and then, you know, accepting me as like who I am, you know, like as a person, you know, like just me being me, like Angela, and like, you know, like just being a star. Like, they just accept me, and they're just like, they always tell me, my mom's like, oh my God, you're gonna be like, you're a star. It doesn't matter about the comments, the like, how many likes you get, how much clout you have. No, it it's the person, you know, the personality, the because I've met people in clubs, parties, LA, Hollywood, especially around here. Like, you meet a lot of these celebrities and they're beautiful as fuck. Like, they're perfect. I love perfection, you know. I'm a Virgo. Like, we're perfectionists. We love people that look perfect. We love everything perfect, you know. That could be a good or and a bad thing, but you know, whatever. So you meet these people that are perfect and like they look beautiful, you know, like men and women, you know, and you talk to them and it's just like there's nothing there. There's no depth. There's no personality. There's no morals. There's no conversation. They're just like, they're so fucking lost in the sauce that they're just like, in their head, they're in their ego, you know. They're like, bitch, I look better, like that's, and you could never sit at my table, you know. Like, that's the vibe they're on, and that's cool, you know, because they worked to get there and they probably felt like belittled coming up, you know. So I get why they do treat people like that, and they're like kind of like that. But it's like everyone I met, they're just like not what I think. They're not, they're just blank up in their head. Like, yeah, you're beautiful and everything, but I just cannot be here, you know. Like, I need to go home, like literally. Like, I love that. Like, so yes, what matters is on your inside, and you know, like, you're, as long as you're respectful, you're nice, you compliment people, you're positive, you know, you uplift others, you tell people like you're so beautiful, or you did amazing on your test, or I'm so happy. Like, compliments really do change people, like even if it's something little, you know. The little things is what matters now. So that's kind of how, like, I just been like dealing with that and shit. But yeah, like, I just want to heal and like teach you guys to be yourself and like be comfortable with who you are, you know. Like, even if you're alone, like, you don't need friends, you don't need to be out here spending money, getting your body fucking done, and treated like shit by these people that really don't give a fuck about you, to be honest. Like, they just want to use you, and you're donezo. Like, you're donezo. And it sucks, but it's true. Like, you know, you just have to be the smart one and be like, bitch, when you think you're 10 steps ahead of me, bitch, I'm a 20 steps ahead of you, ho. Stop playing with me, bitch. Like, you know, you kind of have to have that big dick energy. Like, bitch, you could never, like, okay, like, what else? You know, like, okay, I'm a man. Okay, yeah, I have a dick. Yeah, okay, I look like this, or I'll never be a woman, or whatever. Like, okay, that's dope as fuck. That's how you see me. That's your perspective, you know, and I totally respect that. That's dope, you know. You're still talking about me though, like, you know, like, you're still intrigued. You're still concerned, and that's what makes me give you compassion. Like, that's what makes me think like, ah, you know, like, they're just like, you know, like, I'm just like, oh, like, that sucks, you know. Like, and I just ignore it. Like, I always say, The best response is no response. Oh, that's just what it is. Like, especially being like part of the community, and like it's really hard, especially with the violence and the murder rates and trans women getting murdered, and fucking all this shit. Like it's really it sucks, but that's why you just have to be respectful, and like just treat everybody the same, and like don't lie to these men, don't try to trick men, and like just be you, be yourself, be confident, and the right people will gravitate towards you because you are you. Like I always say, you are who you're around. So if I'm hanging around people that are fucking doing drugs and stealing and going to jail and all that, even though I'm not that, if I start hanging around that certain type of crowd, I'ma become that, because that's who I'm around. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting adapted to. So I always say, like, you are who you're around. That's why I just keep around real people, like my mom, my two brothers, my dad. I don't see my dad, but I talk to him, and we're straight. Like, we're amazing. I talk to my nephews, and that's pretty much it. Like, my little family, they're my brother's families, their girlfriend, their wife, their kids, my mom, me. It's just us. Like, I don't talk to people, like, because you are who you are around, like. And yeah, like, just be smarter, and like make decisions that will benefit you in the long run, not because you just want it, like, you want you want it just like really fast, like, no, like, just chill, bro. Like, chill. Literally just fucking chill, breathe, go to your room, watch some YouTube videos, make something to eat. If you want to go fucking go swimming, go swimming. If you want to go fucking to the beach, go to the beach. You don't need nobody. Go by yourself. Go by yourself. Trust me when I say that. You will or go with your mom. Literally, you're gonna have the best time, like, rather than with people that are just fucking negative. People are like, yeah, like, oh, why are you wearing that? Oh no, you need to change. You're doing too much. Oh my God, you're wearing so much makeup. Oh my God, you're wearing a wig. Like, bitch, what? Like, you're my friend, bro. You're supposed to like love me or like have my back, not judge me and like not criticize me. But bitch, that's you're just letting me know, bitch, I look great and I am super sexy, and you just can't take me, bitch. Like, you really just can't take me. So that's just what I've learned, like, some people just can't take you, and that's totally okay. That's just the world we live in. If everyone was the same, that it would be so boring. But yeah, like, keep your real ones around, your family, your dogs, like, I just want you guys to be safe and like influence that, like, if somebody like learns something from me, I don't want it to be something superficial or like like yeah, like, I don't want it to be like on that vibe. I want someone to be like, oh my God, I saw your video and like, thank you, like, you healed me, or like, you taught me something. Like, those two words make my whole day. Like, when I hear that, and people have told me that, that's why I want to spread this message even more and 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 more until I'm dead, because I feel like that's just what I want to do. I want to teach, I want to heal, I want to do music, and I just want to be an icon. I just want to express myself, and I just want to be myself, and I just want to be here, and I'm so grateful, and I'm just going with the flow, and I'm just everything is just where it's supposed to be, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's what I want to like show you guys. But yeah, I want to have a lot of different topics like to talk to you guys about. I want to do these more regular. That way we could feel like, you could talk to me and like, get to know me a little bit more, because you guys just know me as like, doing makeup or like music. As of recently, I love music. I've always loved music. I've always told my mom when I was small, like, oh my God, like, well, actually, I never told my mom. I never told nobody that I loved music, or like I loved rapping, or I loved singing. Like I've always been a very quiet, secretive, like not secretive, but like I don't know. I just feel like embarrassed telling like, oh, my mom, like, oh, I could sing, huh? Like, I don't know. Like I feel like I'm just like too humble to where like I'm just like, no, like I'm just gonna do it, and like show you. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm just gonna show you, like, big Virgo, big motherfucking Virgo energy. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, like I always love music, and even if like nobody hears it, I'm just like I'm happy I'm doing it, because if not, it will just keep haunting me, and like I'll wake up like, oh my God, like no, like I just love it. It's like a hobby. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I love makeup. I love, editing videos. I love YouTube. I've always loved YouTube. That's why I put, like, I just love, like, helping and teaching people. And, like, ever since I was in high school or middle school, or, like, school in general, like, I've always loved, like, inspiring and helping and like teaching and stuff. But yeah, like that's one thing I want to like just influence. I don't give a fuck about the followers. I don't give a fuck about the likes. I don't give a fuck about the cars you drive. I don't give a fuck about how much money you have. I don't give a fuck if you got a Rolex, you got 30 Cubans on. Like, if I just can't, if I don't like your inside, I just can't respect you. Like, if I just don't relate. I'm sorry. Like, you're beautiful, or you look great, but we're not on that energy level, like we're not there spiritually, And do you, like I say, do you, and I'm gonna do me, and that's just separate ways. And like respect, it's all about respect. All right, I respect you, you respect me. All right, let's go our separate ways. And it's world peace. I want world peace. But yes, I have a lot of different topics, from music, artists, celebrity culture. I love celebrity culture, pop culture, the fashion culture, the culture in general. I love all of that. So I love talking about, like, different things. I'm a very, very, very like, how can I say, um like not intense, but like I love talking about everything, and like helping you guys, with, and like just having, like, you're my friend, and that's it. Like, no pressure, just this little vibe, but yes, that's pretty much it with the transition stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you guys after, like, when did I transition and all that. So basically, back to where we're at. When I started transitioning and wearing makeup and like doing my hair and wearing girls' clothes, was I think it was 10th. Was it 10th? Yeah, I think it was 10th grade. Yes, when I turned 15, because I entered ninth grade which is high school, as a boy. And I was just like, I was like grunge vibes, like, you know, like I was on my little hippie shit. And like, I love hippies, and I love like those, like, I've always wanted to be a hippie, like peace and smoking weed and like just chilling, and like world peace. That's always been my vibe. So I entered ninth grade as like that aesthetic, like a boy still, you know. And I remember 10th grade, I was like, it was summer break, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do this shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, I don't care if I lose my family, my friends, everybody stops talking to me. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna enter 10th grade as a, you know, as me, like wearing makeup, girls' clothes, and everything. And I remember, yeah, I started dressing up as a girl, but I was still like confused. I didn't really know what trans was. You know, I was just doing me and my own lane, in my own lane, doing my own thing, you know. I was wearing platforms. I was dyeing my hair blue, red, pink, purple, orange, fucking, I cut the side of my head like Rihanna, like Cassie, like India Love. I would wear flannels. I would wear makeup. I was just doing me, you know, and people started seeing that and like respecting me. And like, obviously, I had hate, you know, but I also had love. Like, people supported me, and they're like, oh my God, I love your makeup, or I love you as a person. Like, teachers would be like, oh my God, like, you're so beautiful. Like, you know, I never thought it would be you. Like, you were like that. You're so shy. You never talk. You know, you're like just low key. Like, and that's how Virgos are. We're very low key. Like, we're just in the cut, you know, like, we're just happy, like, being private, getting our money, and like just being like, I don't know, like, just chill, you know, like, that's what makes us happy. Um, yeah, I got a lot of love too and respect, but you know, I got hate. You know, I was whooping a couple bitches ass. You know, I was mopping bitches. You know, and when I say bitches, it's like mostly men, like guys that would like try to fight me. But I was like, bitch, I'm with all that shit. I'm with all the smoke. I don't give a fuck if I look like a girl, or like I'm smaller, like, you know, whatever. Bitch, I'm with that shit. I remember after school one time, I was with a friend and a group of guys. They're like 6 foot, probably, like, you know. And they started walking towards us, and I remember they started talking shit. They're like, hey, you faggots, you da 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 da, you know, you fucking trannies, you're a fucking faggot. They started spitting, and I was like, oh hell no. I remember that's when I was like, fuck you, bitch, suck my dick. I was like, fuck all you bitches, what's up? I'm with it. Bitch, I was with it. You know, I was like, fuck you, you know, like, and, you know, I just was talking my shit, and it was like 6 of them. And they were fucking men, like big ass guys. And I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, I'm like, I'm 5'7", you know, like I'm 5'7". You know, and I feel like in high school I was probably like 5'5", 5'6", you know, I don't know, but you know, I never let myself. I would always, you know, even if I was scared, or even if I knew I was gonna get jumped, or, you know, like people were like plotting and shit, I was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Do it scared, you know, but at least people are gonna see that she's not scared and she's not no pussy ass hoe, you know? Like, they're gonna respect me, like, and that's what I got. I remember I was, that day, I was like, fuck you, bitch, suck my dick. And I was talking shit, and I was like, bitch, I'll whoop you, hoe. And then I was like, I was ready, you know, and that's when they were just backing up, and then they were walking away and walking away and walking away, but still talking shit. And I'm like, you see, you're not with none of that shit. And that's when I was like, fuck you, like, bitch, you're not with that shit, but watch when I see you though, bitch. And I remember they were like, fuck you, bitch, I'll beat your ass. I'm gonna have my sister come fuck you up. And I'm like, bring that bitch too, and her, and your mom, and your fucking cousin. Like, I didn't give a fuck. But yeah, like people saw that I defended myself, and I stood on my shit like 10 toes, real shit. But yeah, that was like pretty much high school for me, and like but at least I was happy, that's why I always say, like, as long as you're happy with who you are as a person, that's all that matters. Like, the hate's gonna come, the critiques, your family not accepting you, your people, your friends, teachers, public settings. I remember I got kicked out of McDonald's because I used the girls' restroom, and all of them were like, I remember the manager came and everybody was there. They're like, get the fuck out. You're not supposed to be in here. You have to understand, you make people uncomfortable, and you need to get the fuck out, or you're gonna call the police, all that shit. And I was just like, bro, I'm just gonna go pee, like. And I look like a girl too, that, but it's because bitches was hating on me, and bitches knew my tea, and that's because they don't like seeing you shine, or like using the girls' restroom, or doing girl things, because they're like, no, that's a guy, that's a boy, nah, hell no, that's a, like. So yes, I've had my worst experiences, especially that that you think I wouldn't have gone through. You look at me and you think, oh, she's so perfect, like she has pretty privilege, or like she has a nice body, but and I'm very passable, like I'm very feminine, my everything about me, like I'm just that, but people that know you will always just hate you because you're you. You know? You could fucking give $10 million to the homeless, and your neighbor that does not like you will be like, well, bitch, I know you heard, and that bitch is grimy, that bitch is annoying, that bitch don't know how to fucking dress, her makeup looks horrible. Like, it's like you're just never gonna win, So that's why I always say, just be comfortable with who you are at the end of the day, regardless of what it is. If it's dyeing your hair, if it's going to fucking therapy, if it's like dressing different, or if it's just literally something so simple, like do it. As long as you're comfortable and you're happy with yourself and you could sleep at night, then you're good, and you're not hurting nobody, you're not disrespecting nobody, you're not hurting yourself, then I say go for it, be yourself, and just be an icon, be a superstar, be a star, have that vibe that people are intimidated, but like, oh my god, who is she, like, what the fuck, like she's not scared, like she's so her, like that's so inspiring, like that's what matters, that the impact, like that, but yes, I've had a lot of different stories, and I want to have different episodes talking about different stories, that I've gone through with, like, fucking my transition, like situations, and like questions you guys have, about surgery, or like different topics, and yeah, I just want to talk about everything. Like, I just want to feel like we're home, like we're at home, we're safe. This is a safe place, and like therapy. But yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I started dressing like that at 15, and that's when I started getting older, and like I it was 11th grade, and then 12, and then I remember after high school, that's when I was just partying, going to clubs, and doing drugs, and smoking, and drinking, and almost dying on the fucking freeways, and like I literally just didn't care, because I was so depressed, because I felt like something was missing, like my soul just wasn't there, like. And that's when I was like, like there's something deeper, there's something way deeper. And that's when I found out, that I'm a transsexual woman or transgendered woman or whatever, trans woman, that's when I knew, like, this is what, like, I am. Like, I feel like that. Like, I know this is me. Like, and that's when, after I think I turned, 17, 18, 19, I think 19, I remember my mom was like, we still weren't that great. We didn't have a really great relationship at that time. We was talk, but we weren't how we're now, like, it was still awkward back then. She was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I don't want nothing. Like, I literally want to die. Like, I literally wake up and I feel like I just want to go home. And it sucks to say that because you are home, but I just felt like, no, like, I want to go, like, with God. Like, I feel like, and I'm just so depressed and everything. And that's when she was like, why though? Like, why? And that's when I was like, in my head, the spirit told me, just tell her, 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 or else it'll never happen. And I told her. I remember I was crying in my closet, and I was just, right, like, no pun intended, I was literally just crying in my closet. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want to do shit. Like, I feel like dying. And she's like, why? And I'm like, it's because I'm a fucking girl. I'm a girl. I told her, it's because I'm a girl. Like, I'm a trans girl. Like, I don't want to be a boy. Like, I fucking hate it. Like, I want to start hormones. I want to start my transition. Like, I want to start feeling like myself, like, I really do feel like that, and that's when she was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't know, like, I didn't even know. My mom didn't even know trans was a thing. She just thought, like, I was gay or like like they're lesbian, like the normal stuff. She didn't even know what a transsexual was or whatever. She was like, what is that? And I'm like, I feel like a girl. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but I want to, I don't know what's going on. Like, and that's when I talked to her. And I remember I had a really good birthday that year, just with her. I think a couple friends at the time. And, I do appreciate that. Like, I had the support, with and I had, like, them kind of understand my mom's perspective, like how they see me, and they're like, no, well, this is how, there's a difference between a gay man and a trans woman, it's just, yeah, and very grateful for that. And yeah, after 19, that's when I was like, all right, hormones. I got on hormones, and I did my years, and I did my name change, which took like a whole year and some months. It was a process, and that's what really mattered to me. Like, my ID saying female, and like my picture being me, and like my name Angela, and like, which is now like the whole 360 to the story. Like, my middle name Angel, now I love that name, and like, I just added an A to the Angel, which is Angela. So as long as that's on my ID, bitch, I'm straight. Like, bitch, I'm with that shit. Like, I feel good, and my mom was starting to understand more, my family and stuff. And with the time, honestly, they got to see my personality, like, calling me, like, and, well, I don't know, like, it's still kind of like, it's cool. But like, it's still hard, for like my dad, but I love it. I'm like, I just want you to, as long as my family is comfortable, I don't give a fuck. Like, anybody else though, bitch, you gonna respect me, and you gonna call me by my name, and you're gonna refer to me as she and her, but if my family still wants to take their time and, be like, hey, I was just talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, no, sí, mijo, está bien, y échale ganas, y te ves bien, like, have fun, and like, he totally accepts me. He's like, you know, it's still hard for me, but I accept you and I love you. You're always gonna be my kid, and that's what I appreciate. And I'm just like, no, no, pops. Like, as long as you're straight, like if you're comfortable and you want to call me whatever, like take your time. So that's something I would teach you guys too, like to let your family take their time. With time comes respect, and I would just say, like, take your time, because I've had a really like rocky like relationship with my family, with the whole trans thing and gay and everything, all that shit. Like, first thinking you're gay, and like you like guys, that's already like, what the fuck? Like, no, that's already like, bitch, I'm going to hell already. And then it's like, on top of that, like, oh my god, you start dressing like a girl, it's like, oh my god, bitch, I'm definitely going to the pits of hell. But no, 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 we're going to fucking heaven. Sorry, we're going to heaven, and God loves us, bro. Like, God loves everybody. He took his time with us. He did not make a mistake with nobody. So, with that being said, I just want to say thank you for listening and watching this episode. And there's going to be more episodes and more topics. So, feel free to comment down below, like, subscribe, and we're going to keep this going. So, thank you for listening and watching. And I love you. Take care. And yes, till the next episode, thank you for watching. Bye.